Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Grow and Clip Bonsai for Seniors. It's a cloudy day. Today's Memorial Day, May 31st, 2021. It's 60 degrees Fahrenheit outside. It's about 16 degrees Celsius. Let's see if I can get the glare out. Maybe that'll help you a little bit. Like the old song says, while strolling through the park one day in the very month of May, I was taken by surprise when I found this growing on a shallow substrate. Look at the root system I pulled out of this. I just pulled this out of the ground. It was very shallow. You can see how deep it is. Here's the leaves. And this is an ash tree. Now in the city of Chicago, they planted mainly green ashes, but I don't know. You can see the toothed edges on the leaves. It looks more like a white ash. But this was found growing in the shade. But look at the roots. Now this is a crooked root here. We could get away cutting that off. But let's see how it fits in the pot. You can see maple leaf still sitting on it. I had it soaking in water when I pulled it. But as you can see in the book, the green ash here doesn't have a toothed edge like this. So I cut the top off, pulled it out, and brought it over. I got an old tray with a screen in it, and all I did was mix 4 parts of potting soil and 2 parts of sifted just perlite. I didn't sift it because I know a lot of you probably can't do it, and let's try it out and see what kind of a mix we get out of it. Here's what it looks like. You can see how nice it is. So let's take our hands, use our hands, and put our soil in. Just so we get a bottom layer here. Now, because I'm going to cut this one taproot off here, because I want it to sit more flush in the pot, so I'm going to cut it right about there. Now we can see it. We can plant this and see if it'll grow. I'll try that out and I'll let you know. But this is how our tree would fit in the pot. You can see the roots are a little bit sticking out more. And this is how it grew, just in a crooked position. So, what did I do? Oh, here it is. I sterilized my tools beforehand. But after I cut, I always dip it in peroxide. But what I'm going to do on this, because it'll be a little bit top heavy, I'm going to cut this off right here, and this one here, and this leaf here. But you can see the toothed edges on it. So it might be a green, but I think mainly it looks like a white ash according to the book. Okay, so now let me get my junk pot over there. Okay, let's see if we can fit this in the pot. Now we're going to have to cut some of the root off. You can see how it's sticking out. So I'm just going to go along the edges here. Now see what I mean? If you take a walk, you never know what treasure you're going to find. And this was just growing in open. It would have been junked anyway. Someone would have ripped it out and threw it out as a weed. But we saved this as a tree. So we can get it in about there. Just for now, so we can get it to grow. Let me get my cup. Let's put some more soil in. Get my bigger cup. I mean, take a walk. And you can find, you'll be amazed at what you'll find out there. And look what I found. Just growing there. I like the style of the trunk, as I thought it was going to have a deep taproot, but it didn't. It was a very shallow root system because the ground it was growing on just had the soil, I mean a light soil on top, but the rest of the soil was probably too hard for it to penetrate. So it just fanned out the roots natural. It's got nice natural radial root base. So don't be afraid to take a walk and look for a tree. I mean, look what I found. Just growing there. Somebody would have come by and picked it up and threw it in the garbage. Ah, this is a weed on my property. No, it ain't. You got a nice little bonsai tree, and we didn't wire it at all. Now you can see with the grow and clip method, because I cut it over here because it was about another foot taller. So I clipped it over here and just let this take off as our new top. So let's get it all in. Now we're just going to plant it. I just put like a gallon of water with like a quarter of a, or a third of a teaspoon of starter fertilizer from Dr. Earth while it was soaking, just because I know when the shock of it being pulled was something else. So let's just water it in. See, take a walk, just like the song says. Strolling through the park. Just keep your eyes open. Look. It was on it had to be a very shallow surface, because when I pull it out, not much soil clinged to it. It just fell right apart. It was so dry. So now we're going to give it a chance to live. So if I'm wrong on the type of tree it is, let me know in the comments, but it looks more like a white ash than a green, because the leaves are more toothed. And don't forget to look at the garage sales. Find yourself a nice little turntable. See, we're doing something that's cheap and easy. This tray is an old tray I got for $1 or 50 cents. I forgot what I paid for it, because I bought a bunch of them when they were starting to drop in price. I'll just water it, and then I'm going to put this in the shade. Always have plenty of water, and the water is coming out the bottom yet, so I just got to water it in good. And this is a nice looking tree. Just take a look at it. Look how nice it looks. It's got its own natural curvature, so we're going to have it to grow this way and then grow up this way. This will be our new leader. Okay. And you can see it's in there real good. It's nice and snug. I got an old rock. Put it on there to help shade the roots. Now, as a top dressing, let me get my rock out of here. And let's dress it up a little bit so we have a nice little top dressing, so it'll hold in the moisture of the tree for the roots. Remember, this got to go in shade so it recovers, and I took a lot off because the shock of it being pulled out of the ground is something that the tree has to recover from. So always give it a good soaking. If you find one and you pull it out of the ground, soak it. At least for an hour, that's what I did. So the roots recover, because this was bone dry when I pulled it out. That's why all the soil fell off of it. There we go. Something quick and easy. Something nice. Easy, cheap. Potting soil was cheap, and for those of you that say, I don't have time to sift, or I don't have time to do this, well, let's try it this way. We got nothing to lose. The tree is free. And we can even put our little turtle. There we go. Let me water it a little bit more. There. And now, get my Wet n Wild lipstick out, because I took a nice cutting off it. I want this tree to grow. And just dab it so we seal the wound, so nothing rots down, and I cut it at a 45 so the water drips away. Okay, there's our tree. We'll wipe the pot later when I get it outside. You got a napkin, use your finger. Water's draining out real nice. I don't know if you can see it better, but that's our tree. And it's found just walking. Just taking your walk, and keep your eyes open, and you'll find it. You'll find a treasure trove of something you won't believe. So you take care. Today is Monday, Memorial Day. Have a safe Memorial Day. Put on the Andrews Sisters and have a cup of tea and sit back and relax and enjoy the rest of the day. My name's Tom Novak for Grow and Clip Bonsai for Seniors.